What's up, guys? BPA Imaging here again with another model review. This one, as you might have guessed, is FedEx plane. Start out with the box. It's pretty standard. Most of their FedEx, well, at least all of them that I've seen, their FedEx boxes are white, you know, as they are with as they are with their own packaging, because these models are official, and FedEx had Gemini make them for them. So anyways, the model is the A300 600, which is a personal favorite of mine, if you ask me. Box pretty good, just a little bit of damage up here, but I guess this was handled a lot at the store that I picked it up from. Pretty standard packaging for a FedEx model. Yeah, so that's the box. And here's the model itself. Pretty nice. The Gemini mold for the A300 is pretty good. It's sad that they don't seem to have one in 400 scale. The reason I like the A300 a lot, not just because it's kind of a unique freighter, but also because I work at the airport in Toronto. If anyone follows me on my Instagram, you would know that. It's, for the longest time there, when I first started, about 6 years ago, I started with Swissport, and back then UPS flew the A300 to Toronto, and it was always it was almost like an enigma. Like I never actually saw it flying or moving, but I knew it was there, and it was pretty nice to look at. So yeah. Camera is not cooperating with me right now. Anyways, there's the left side. Here's the right side. Yeah, so every day I would know that the UPS A300 was out there, and when I finally got my my license, my airport driver's license, because you need a different license as compared to just driving, you know, on the road. You need a specific license to operate vehicles at the airport, at least in Toronto. I'm not sure if it's the same everywhere else in the world, but when I first got my called DA, I went right out to the Vista Cargo building, which is past the Air Canada hangars, if you've ever been to Toronto. And I went to check out the A300 UPS, and it quickly became a favorite of mine, and I was always hoping one day I would actually see it doing something other than just sitting on the ramp. And then I learned that on Sundays, well, at least back then anyways, UPS had a flight on Sunday. It'd come in the afternoon and then leave in the I think it's the next day, Monday. I don't think there's a flight in Monday morning. It's usually the UPS flight arrives around 5:30 and will leave around 11:30 at night. So it'd basically be sitting all day doing nothing. But I just thought it was a really nice plane to look at, like the style, the design. It's not like the A310 where it's a wide body, but it's so pudgy. You know, this one's pretty. Its dimensions are pretty. You know, not weird. It doesn't look weird, you know. So as for the model itself, it's a pretty nice mold. Like I said before, it's nice mold. Gemini's got a nice A300 mold. The details, cargo door, you know, engines spin and move. You can see through them. Cargo doors in the back, landing gear, packs, that's what these were. Antennas, some things you can't really see, like maybe you can't really see that, but looks like a air vent back there. I got the name on the front. Can't really see what it says. Guyana? I think that's what it says, Guyana. I used to have, I didn't always collect 200 scale models, but I used to collect 400 scale more often, and back when I did that, I would collect 200s that kind of had some kind of sentimental value to me. So because I was so, I guess, obsessed with the UPS plane, I did pick up the Gemini200 UPS A300, but I fell on some hard times and I ended up having to sell it. But then I upgraded to 200 scale from 400 scale, and I really wish I had that model. So I'm hoping, you know, someday Gemini will release another one. I think it's likely that they will, because since that model, UPS has kind of changed its livery. Instead of saying synchronizing the world of commerce, it just says worldwide services now. So yeah, I'm hoping someday to get that model back in my collection. Even though now UPS uses an MD-11 to Toronto, but the A300 is still really nice. One thing that I'm not really sure about, because I didn't get a good look at it when it was in Toronto, is on the landing gear. Kind of see this little thing here between the wheels. It's kind of tough to see. I don't know what that is, but it's on both of them, so I'm assuming that it's correct. Some details that have changed from the last A300 I have is there's these bumps up on top here on the wings, both sides. Also the fuel overflow valves. I don't think those were on there on the last mold either. So it's been somewhat updated, I guess. And the stand, it's just it's their metal stand, because I guess the with wide bodies, because they're so heavy, they don't want to put them on the wooden stands, might tip over kind of thing. So yeah, so that's the FedEx 1-200 Gemini Jets A300. Favorite of mine. Don't really see them too often in Toronto, so it's kind of different. I try to, not really successfully, but I try to only really collect things that don't come to Toronto. Because I see the things that come to Toronto every day, so why would I need a model of it, you know? There's obvious exceptions to that, like WestJet, you know, that kind of stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I do my next review.